Yo, what's up, guys? I'm back with another video, and I know I've actually supposed to be sleeping right now because it's actually 1:51 in the morning in Eastern time. So, and I think it's like, what time is it? I mean, what day? Yeah, it's September 7th. Yeah, so it's actually pretty late, but I've actually been thinking about stuff like this as you see on this title. The 5 things that women make that keeps them single longer. So this is actually just a random website. So like the HuffPost, I do use HuffPost, at some times. They do have some good stuff to read about or talk about. So I'm actually gonna give them like another try. So that's why I'm using HuffPost. So if I feel like this article is not really good, then I'll say it's not good. Then I'll just go with another one. So I really hope this is a good article, because I would hate to waste about a couple of minutes or even longer than that, maybe an hour, of reading something and try to analyze it to realize there's like a bunch of BS in there. But there's like all my videos that I made about reading on certain articles, there's not really one where I say like there's a bunch of things I don't really agree on, and I'll just scrap it up and not even use this article as an example. So, and this person named Janice, let's see what this person's about. Okay. And yeah, I'm about to start skimming, so you might want to pause the video and read yourself. Okay. Okay, so she wrote about a couple. Okay, 7 steps to turn you. He won't stop cheating. Yes, it is your fault. Oh, okay. I mean, that title seems tempting, but I don't know, man. I might have to go back to this article that she wrote and read it for y'all. Alright, so back to this article. Alright, so actually, before I actually get into this, I definitely would like for y'all to, follow my social medias. Definitely also follow the same way with my YouTube channel and my podcast channel. Start giving out donations if you want on my podcast, or on Cash App or Streamlabs. Like, share, and subscribe. Definitely comment on my channel or certain videos, and let me know what you think or what you want me to talk about. And let's get into this article. Definitely hope y'all enjoy it. So, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, over 50% of Americans are single, even though there's internet dating, speed dating, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, meetup groups, and blah, 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 blah. There are wine tastings, travel clubs, New York events, dog parks, and reality shows. And these are just a few of the places where singles are hedging their love bets. Even though more and more singles are trying new and innovative ways to find that special someone, may still find themselves alone and lonely. Everyone wants to be loved and being part of a couple. Part of a couple is still the social norm or social norm. I don't know. It's a typo. Societal. Huh. Never heard that word before. I know social, but societal. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right. Yeah, let's see what this word means. Wait, not translate. Oh my gosh. Just need to know what this word means. Yeah, I'm just gonna go to societal. I'm about to say I had a feeling I'm not pronouncing it right. Societal. Huh. Okay. Of or relating to society. Okay, that's pretty much what it means. Societal norm that most people aspire to. In the quest of couple, dating rules are being relaxed, and women especially are making some fatal mistakes that are keeping them in a dating pool longer. This article will reveal 5 of those mistakes. And number 1, becoming too possessive and expecting commitment behavior before commitment is established. Now, this one definitely deserves to be number 1, because there's so many women that I've talked to over the years that I've been, in the dating game, and this is definitely, and I mostly talk or date black women, so this definitely applies to them. I know all races of women, do this, especially in this day and age, but this definitely deserves number 1, because I don't know, man, because there's some selfishness, because women are selfish by nature, or whatever you say it. Whatever you call it, but they are selfish by nature, and like in years, more and more years, they'll start to follow. It doesn't matter if it's 2019 or 2039 or 2050, whatever. Women are becoming more and more selfish in a really bad way. Because I know there's certain things for women, they have to be selfish because they need it to, protect themselves or use it to give what they want or whatever. But it's been getting way out of control. Especially this is one time where I was actually talking to this chick, and she, seems to get upset that I was not only dating her, but also dating, other women. But women don't really realize that because you're dating does not mean I'm your, boyfriend or whatever. It's still a date, it's still a dating stage. It's a period where you're still trying to get to know each other and things like that. And there's actually no rule that you can't talk or see anybody else. So I don't know where, I don't see where or why women think that they pretty much own you. They kind of have that mindset that they, own you, they have you or whatever, just because you talk to them or whatever, or do some sexual things with them, especially if you having sex with them. That's when they really feel like they pretty much have you, which is not always the case. If you especially if you if you establish the kind of relationship that even though y'all are not exclusive, but you kind of already told the guy hey, I'm not really feeling, I'm not really how to say this, pretty much either the woman, most of the cases these women be saying they're not ready for a relationship or whatever, but they still want to keep you around. They will do that. or they just not say anything but still keep it in their mind that they have you just by giving you, giving them some ass. I mean, giving you as the man some ass and using it to pretty much keep you around. And that's why, if you listen to my podcast, I be talking about how women be using sex to keep men around, pretty much control them, per se. Now, let's actually, get into this article. Go back to the article. If you have just met what seems like a great guy and you've had 3 or 4 dates, please don't feel like you have the right to question his whereabouts. Go through his phone or search his home. That's too scary. It is a signal to the average man to run. This behavior will This behavior will make him think you are unstable. Slow it down and learn to control your emotions, because becoming too possessive may end the relationship before it starts. During this early relationship phase, most guys are just smelling the flowers and trying to decide which one to pick, or if he wants to pick one. Just because he has shown interest in you does not mean that he has forgotten about all the other women in his life. If he begins to feel genuine affection for you, he may indeed delete his little black book, but it could take a while. Thinking that he has immediately given up all his options is naive. And I also have to and I also have to add this one in as well, because I'm already agreeing across the board of what she is saying. Even if the guy definitely gives up his options, if this is true, there's guys out there that will drop all of his options, even though they're still dating and not really exclusive yet. He would drop off all his options for this chick, hoping that they'll become exclusive, which is very naive at his point. At his part, because nothing in his life is guaranteed. Even the most nicest girl that you ever meet is still gonna find a way to get away from you or leave you for whatever reasons. And there's gonna be times it's not gonna be just she's not she fall out of love for you or whatever, or she just she could just find some someone better than you, because hypergamy is pretty much real. And it's, and things when a whole hypergamy thing happens, it's just it happens, because that's life. Nothing really you can really do about that. You can't. There's ways you can do that, but is it really worth it when it comes to chicks that uses hypergamy like a motherfucker? Because there are women out there, majority of the time, that will use hypergamy, throughout their lives. But they're either gonna be old as hell or, pretty young. It was just pretty, rare for a young woman to just, settle with a guy, for the rest of their lives, or just very long terms, like that. So it just it pretty much varies what kind of woman you're dealing with. So that's why when this woman's saying that, thinking that he has immediately given up all his options is naive, I'm also going to be adding in that he's also going to be not only naive, he's going to be stupid if he actually gave up all of his options for a woman that he's not even exclusive with. So So let's keep it going. This article. Instead of expecting commitment behavior, use this phase of a relationship to get to know him. Instead of wondering what he does with his days and nights, or who he is talking to or texting, I suggest that you focus on getting to know who is in front of you. Determine if he is who he presents himself to be, or is he presenting to you a carefully crafted facade? Wait, is it facade or vacate? Oh, it is facade. Okay. Yeah, okay, just making sure. Meant to deceive you. You should also focus on keeping your options open and continuing your search for the love you deserve until the two of you have come to a consensus that you want to commit to an exclusive relationship. Do not expect a commitment or commitment behavior. Just enjoy the relationship for what it is. Don't assume that it is a committed relationship with all the signs point to a hookup or friends with benefits relationship. You are not in a committed relationship until a clear statement of commitment has been expressed and the terms have been mutually agreed upon. It should not be a secret or an implied commitment. If the two of you are in a committed relationship, his friends and family are as well as your own should be aware of it. Bottom line, only expect commitment behavior when one has not been clearly established. Yeah, I definitely, agree with what she has to say. Especially, and also, I gotta also point out, add in my grain of salt. Like when you try to, commit with this, as a woman, when you try to commit with this guy you're trying to be with. Also, one thing, like, not all guys are monogamous. Majority of guys are actually polygamous. So, and which is, one of the things that women have a hard time, understanding. Like, not all guys are monogamous, and actually glad men are not, men, as a whole, is not monogamous, because the whole world would have been a whole lot, life itself would have been a whole lot more smaller or damn near extinct if all men are, monogamous. Like, even just a straight up, clear cut, statement of man just being with one woman for the rest of their life, that's not really realistic. Like, there's always going to be a woman around that's going to find your guy attractive and want to do sexual things with them. Like, that's part of life. And also another thing, like, the whole what is it? Like, there's a freaking effect. I forgot what the name is, but there's something like biologically that makes a man wants to be sexual with other women, even though he's already have a mate that he's being sexual with. I forgot what that name is. But yeah, let me look it up. Effects. Damn, there is a name for it. I forget what it is. Effects that makes a man want to sex with other women. Physical sexual needs. Oxytocin. Nah. Menopause. Nope. What's that? More results. Why men need to cheat. Monogamous. Effects. Yo, there's a freaking name. I forgot what it's called. But I'm sorry, guys. Let me look up for what the name is, and I'll come back. Right? Yeah. Once I find this, I'll definitely come back. So just stay put. All right. Sorry about that, guys. I wasn't able to find it. Let's keep going. Keep going with this video. All right. So number 2. Entering each relationship thinking it will lead to marriage. Yeah, that's a problem too. I'm not about to, read it why. I already know why, but let a woman, explain. Get the woman's, side of her explanation. Let's see. Each relationship has a reason, season, and a lesson attached to it. Some relationships come to teach you things you need to know before you find the one. Then, of course, there are those that help you identify what you want and don't want in a relationship. Still, others allow you to work out your childhood dysfunction. And thankfully, there is a smaller subset of lasting and till death do you part relationships sealed by a lifetime commitment in marriage. Before you offer your heart to someone, analyze the relationship and determine what type of relationship it is. Approach the getting to know you process as if you are entering school on a first day of first grade. You don't spend your first day of school planning the graduation party or senior prom. There are lessons learned along the way. If you enter first grade with only graduation on your mind, you're going to miss all the snacks, naps, education, plays, summer breaks, getting your first locker in middle school, your first crush, your second crush, and your third. You're also going to miss getting sent to the principal's office, pranks, practical jokes, cheerleader and volleyball tryouts, winning the spelling bee, and getting all A's on your report card. There's a lot of learning that occurs between first grade and graduation, and there's a lot of living, loving, and learning between the first date and the wedding date. Let the relationship naturally mature. Think of it as an adventure, and if it doesn't lead to a wedding day, you'll have had fun along the way and hopefully some great stories to share. Yeah, that's a great way of putting it. Because this like, like let's get real, guys. Like, there's so many relationships that we could have learned from our past and didn't really learn shit from it. Because if we haven't really learned nothing at all from our relationships, then you must have been on it for pretty much no reason. You probably just like the guy just because. Same thing for the guys too, man. We probably like the chick for whatever reason. You've been with her for either a small amount of time or a very long time, which is the worst. Because you haven't really connected her like that, but you still went along with her because she's either hot or just something very superficial. So that's, one of the bad things of, being a superficial person is that you go through life thinking that you got to do this to, get that. And it's just, that's not always how life is, man. That's not how it goes. But, people still do it, and they have to learn it the hard way. They can't really do that. And a lot of women really have this problem where they think either way in the future or just not either think at all or just still bring baggage from their past and bring it to their new, mate, which is not fair for the guy. Like I've been in that, situation, so I know. Like, it's awkward, it feels weird, and I just feel bad for those guys, man. Like, I know guys right now that's going through that. So that's why, women, y'all need to stop, And also, actually, hold up. There are things I do want to point out as well, even though it's still similar to this. Like, how do I put this? Like, y'all, like, for women, y'all do be choosing dudes that, damn well he's not, like, he ain't saying what he say he is, but there's something about him that's keeping you around with this guy, and you choose to not, get away from him. It could be, he has good dick game. He probably has money. He has a good mouthpiece. So in other words, he had game. Pretty much can get you naked just by talking to you. Like, make you do things to him or for him just by, talking to you, just by using his mouth. So some things, like, very simple. Or just use certain, what is it? Like, he used certain, cues or, like, triggers or anything to make you, fall in line, pretty much. Like, if he knows anything that makes you emotional about whatever it is, then he'll use that to, try to, manipulate you or control you or some shit like that. I'm not saying that all guys do that. Women do that as well. That's why they use superficial stuff like, which is the easiest thing ever, which is, sex, or promise them sex. What else? What else they do? Or just they promise you to give you money or just anything. I just say sex a lot because that's the easiest thing a woman will say for a guy, especially if a guy is somewhat of a incel or some guy that's a blue pill, or he's just red pill, rage or whatever. I wouldn't say red pill rage, but just a guy that doesn't really get pussy like that the women will try that shit on. So it's ridiculous, man. Y'all definitely stop, thinking that every single relationship is gonna get you, a house or, get you some kids or a dog. Make you think you're gonna be established, with that guy, either for the rest of your life or just long enough for you to just take half of his shit or all of it. And that's also a flag that men needs to watch out for. So definitely, for sure, choose the right woman. I can't believe I said white woman. White. Oh my god. All right, so let me go to number 3, man, because I know this video is about to be long as fuck. Let's see. Seeing what you want to see instead of what's there. Seeing what you want to see instead of it. Okay. There is an old adage that says hindsight is 2020. The goal is to have your love vision be 2020, not only in hindsight, but also from the initial meetings and conversations. 2020 love vision is accomplished by reading the signs and seeing what's really there instead of settling for smoke and mirrors and what you want to see. Chris Rock said that in the beginning of a relationship, you never meet the true person, you meet their representatives. Yeah, I remember that joke. Yo, Chris Rock be funny as hell, man. He be cooning sometimes, but hey, man, he be funny as hell. You have to amaze the skills necessary to see past the representative to the real person. To keep from being hurt over and over again, you must be willing, recognize, and embrace the facts that they are, and not interject your own romantic notations and fairy tales to the situation, aka Disney. I hate fucking Disney, man. This is one of the reasons why I hate Disney so much, because they be telling women some fairy tale BS. Like they'll once you meet each other, you'll know what to do, like grab you and kiss you the way you like, or all that other bullshit, like some Cinderella shit. Oh man, I'm about to go in, man. Hopefully not too long, because I got to get some sleep. Let's what else I got here? Where I stopped. To begin the process, ask yourself, what is the truth about a person and a potential relationship? And what could I be choosing to overlook? Excuse me. I've seen women and men overlook a multitude of sin and lie to themselves, saying, I didn't know. The sad truth is they consciously or unconsciously choose to overlook the obvious. They choose to look over bad boy ways, affairs, drinking problems, drug problems, gambling problems, domestic violence, irresponsible parenting, disappearing acts, obvious lies, uncaring behavior, prison records, love triangles, bisexual activities, and why did bisexual activities? I mean, I don't know about the prison records or bisexual. I mean, it depends. Like if it's like some not some crazy shit, then I mean, yeah. Let me stop. If it was like some really crazy shit like rape or whatever, then yeah, I understand, man. But if it's something petty like a misdemeanor or whatever that's not really serious like that, then I mean, you gotta cut them some slack, man. Like there's a lot of misdemeanors out there that's not getting any time in prison, or never had any time in prison, than it is with guys with felonies. It's gonna be locked up either for a long period of time or for the rest of their lives. And also with the love triangles, yeah, I kind of understand, because you don't want to be with a guy that's like just messing with whatever women, using them, for their emotions, and all that, mess. Bisexual activities, I kind of don't really know about that. If it's like a real deal breaker like that, unless if the dude is like, or the chick is like kind of wishy-washy, that yeah, he likes women, but really he still fucks dudes on a down low, which is why they call them DL guys, like down low guys. So you definitely need to watch out for those type of people as well, people on the down low. And deal breakers of every kinds. When it comes to relationships, ignorance is not bliss. Ignorance can be fatal. That's definitely true. To see what is really there, you have to ask the right questions, read the signs, do the research, recognize the truth, and know when you are being told what you want to hear rather than the truth. Don't be enamored. Yeah, I don't know how to say this. Enamored. enamor. Enamor, be filled with the feeling of love for. Synonymous, in love with, infatuated with. Oh, okay. That's what it means. Don't be so enamored with the representative that your common sense takes a vacation and your ability to reason and think critically is lost. Use all your senses and see what is in front of you, regardless of how he may try to camouflage the truth. Look past the representative and discern the truth, essence of your potential partner. If in doubt, make sure your closest friends or family members meets him. They will often see what you can't see and will tell you those things you need to. Tell you those things you need to, but don't want to hear. That's some good advice. If the family members or friends are actually, good friends instead of just, good friends or family members that are really good for you, or is it on the flip side where they actually just tell you stuff to, keep you alone and lonely, just because they're probably jealous that you're getting a lot of attention from, guys or whatever, especially on the female, side of the family members or the, friends, because that actually happens. Like, I met chicks that they got those, pretty much them frenemies or one of them jealous ass, family members that be just telling her shit that doesn't really make any sense. So I've seen what women be telling each other. And dudes as well, man. Y'all, especially the dudes, man. I'll be like, what the hell, man? Like, I would definitely be looking at dudes with the side eye, because they probably just one of those guys that are like friend zoned, trying to get closer to the pussy by just telling them wrong information. Because that's how I be feeling sometimes, man. And I be talking to a chick, and there are dudes that would make her do certain things to try to make me, I guess, work for her harder or something, which never works. It doesn't. But let's keep going. So number 4, allowing yourself to become a docking station when his battery is low. One of the best parts of a good relationship is great sex, which is definitely true. Oh, man. Let's see. It is a perfectly normal part of a relationship, but there is a time and appropriateness for sex. Do not allow yourself to be a docking station just because you're lonely and he needs a place to plug in. This points to desperation and will never make a man love you. Men are not moved by sex. I don't know about that, but I'm gonna keep going. They're moved by what they feel for the woman they are having sex with. If he's a guy that is, older and matured, of course he's not gonna be moved by sex. He'll kill. It depends. He kind of might be, but at the most part, nah, man, because he's been there, done that. So he's not gonna allow a woman to just use sex to, control him or whatever. Because that's also a problem that women do as well. Like, I'll be talking with my a couple of episodes on my podcast about women that will use sex to get guys, keep guys around, and, stuff like that. Like, they would give them head or give them some pussy or, or give them ass or shit like that. Or give them whatever sexual activity they have to do to keep them around, pretty much. Which doesn't always work, but in most cases when the guy is young, yeah, he'll definitely, stay around. But if he, if the moment he feels bored or he doesn't really, let's say, let me start over. Like, if he feels like he wants something more out of just, sex, he'll actually want a relationship, or he's just bored or whatever, he'll definitely, bounce. Like, if he doesn't have a, more than just sex, he actually want a relationship with you. And if you say no, then, he'll bounce. Or if he, lied and he finds out, then, he'll bounce. Guys are not that, guys are not, stupid as women think they are. If your relationship has not developed to at least a mutual respect and admiration level, let him dock his appliances somewhere else. Before you let a guy charge his battery at your docking station, make sure that you are not just any docking station around a city. If his battery is low, he won't care whose charger or docking station he uses. Of course, he's not likely to tell you that you are just any docking station. It is up to you to unearth the truth and discover if he has affection to you, or if you are merely if you are merely I said merely merely in avenue to get his appliances charged. Yo, I need to go to bed, bro. I already go. I'm reading shit that I shouldn't even be reading wrong. Oh man. But actually, how many was it? I got 5. I just got one more. Think about it. When you need a charge, anything goes. When you need a charge, anything goes. I've asked perfect strangers in the airport if they had a charger that would fit my phone or electronic device. And men looking for emotionless, non-committal sex will do the same thing in any nightclub, restaurant, sporting event, or airport. In desperate times, a docking station is only a docking station until you find your personal charger. If you skip the logical progression of steps, you can become the community docking station. Relax, slow down, and do your best to only charge the appliances that you are familiar with. I kind of see what she's, talking about. You can't just let a dude just use you up. It's almost like, it's kind of like how ex-boyfriends be just coming back into your life, and whenever they want sex, you'll just give it to him, and once he gets sex, he bounces, and it could be like a couple of days later, he comes back, he wants some sex, y'all get back to, having sex and things like that nature. So I think that's what she's talking about. But it's kind of like in a different situation. If you're like dating, some dude, and he's just, want to have sex or whatever, and you give it to him. Or it could be a bunch of guys and they want sex, and you give it to them. And I don't know. That is also bad, but it's consensual. Like, if you want to have a bunch of sex while you're dating, then, that's on you. Ain't nobody gonna force you to, start fucking. You can still say no. So, number 4, I understand. You don't want a bunch of dudes or a guy just coming in, having sex with you, and then you bounce if you want to. But I don't know. It's just one of those things. I don't know, man. It's just one of those things that it may sound like it'll sound like you're a hoe if you have a lot of sex, but you're only a hoe if you have a bunch of sex with a lot of dudes that you don't really have close, connections with. Like, he'd definitely be a hoe if he just start having random sex with a bunch of guys you don't even know. So that's what really makes you a hoe. Because you're just giving up the box to just whatever guy that you feel, horny or whatever. But, I mean, that's pretty much it for number 4. So, number 5, not communicating your feelings. Healthy relationships are about effectively communicating, getting on the same page, and enjoying the love and love each other. Enjoying the love and each other. The best way to get the relationship you want is to openly and honestly articulate your needs to your partner and to listen to his wants and needs. Most men I know are not mind readers, and believe it or not, when they ask what's wrong, it's because they simply don't know. Men think differently, react differently, and process events and situations differently. And when it comes to a woman's logic, emotions, and feelings, most men do not have a clue. Because most of the stuff that women be saying is not logical. So that's the problem with that. I learned this lesson from my best friend, who often asks, "Can you translate this situation for me? Because I don't speak womanese." I like her best friend. He loves his girlfriend and is totally committed to her, but many things that she thought he should have known, he did not know. Oh, she probably thinks he's a mind reader or something. When I take the time to present a woman's perspective to him, logically and calmly, he gets it and sets out to address the offending behavior. He is a quick study, and when he knows what's wrong, he makes every effort to make her happy because he loves her. Use your words, ask for what you want. If you are upset, express your upset clearly and stay on the topic of what you are currently upset with. Don't use your upset to rehash every argument you've ever had. Yeah, I wouldn't be doing that as well. And it's funny because it always starts with y'all saying, "Well," all right, let me get my woman's voice. I think it's just funny when blah blah. They be always like, it always starts with, "It's funny that you ... like they be saying like you, I don't know, did whatever with a chick or some shit, or you did something with your phone." Like they be saying, "I think it's funny when I notice when you be on your phone, you be doing this, you be doing that." It's almost like they be picking fights for no reason, but they do. Some women do that and try to be all passive aggressive and shit. Like, that'd be annoying. Like, for real. In all fairness, I believe the reasons so many women respond to saying nothing when their significant other asks what's wrong is because at that time they don't have the words to describe what they're feeling. If you don't have the words to explain it, most of the time he doesn't have the tools to fix it. Most importantly, if you don't have the words immediately at your disposal to express your feelings and frustrations, let your partner know that yes, something is wrong, but you need a little time to gather your thoughts and examine your emotions so that you can state your feelings in a clear and concise way. Is it a concise way? What's concise? Oh, it is concise. Yeah, it's concise. And concise way. Right. After a little introspection, you might discover that your upset has nothing to do with your partner. It could be old recordings from your past playing in your head. These 5 mistakes are submitted for your consideration. Analyze your behavior in relationships and determine if you can find ways to avoid these mistakes. Find the right mate can be in can be art. Yeah, let me look this up. Webster. I'm starting to love Webster. Arduous. Hard to accomplish or achieve. Arduous. Alright. It could be an arduous task, but it can be entertaining, interesting, and enlightening if you put your best foot forward and embrace the process and always be unapologetically you. Happy dating. I see. I mean, it's a pretty good, topic. Definitely, agree almost all the things that she, talked about. I'm trying to think which one I disagreed with. Yeah, I can't really think right now, but really hope you guys enjoy what I wrote about this article. Let me know what you think about this article that I just wrote, because I mean, there's because these 5 things definitely make women, single. Especially number 1, like, y'all definitely have a problem thinking that you are, in a relationship or this guy is yours, especially, after sex. Like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know why. I'm lying. Like, 'cause I know, like, with sex, like, with women, they are emotionally, they're like, they invest in that shit emotionally so much during sex that the moment that, when the shit is over, that's when they really think that y'all in a relationship or whatever, in her head, even though y'all probably be dating about a week or 2 weeks, and she's already made up in her mind that y'all together and shouldn't be, talking to anybody or anything of that nature, even though y'all still dating. Like, having sex with another woman as a man is still, part of dating, because you're still trying to get to know this woman. But if things don't work out, if you're talking to a woman during a dating stage, even though y'all fucked, I mean, boo-hoo, it is what it is, man. Like, women need to stop this shit, man. Because, I mean, we have no, like, majority of the time, as a man, we don't have a problem with women. I mean, we kind of do. Especially if a woman starts, messing around with men, and yeah, it's a double standard, but there's a lot of double standards when it comes to, life, so. And there actually is a reason for those double standards to exist. And hell, even science, proved it. When it comes to women, having a bunch of partners, especially with men, and it definitely shows that. Actually, should I even say it? Actually, nah, I shouldn't even explain it, because this video is already long as it's supposed to be. But definitely gonna end it at this note. Definitely hope you guys enjoy this video, because it did drop a lot of good information that will definitely help ladies make their better decisions when it comes to dating and relationships. So I definitely will be talking to y'all later. Like I said again, hope y'all enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about this article in the comment section. And also don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. definitely also go to all my other social medias and my podcast episode. Make donations on my podcast, or on Cash App or Streamlabs or whatever you choose. And I definitely will talk to y'all later. Deuces.